A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English because it's so much fun. English education for you and everyone, so come along. Learn some grammar, learn a phrase, learn something new every day. Learn the A+ way. Hey, it's time to start the show. Are you ready? Good, 'cause here we go. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I want A+ English. Hello and welcome to A+. Reese and Laura reporting for duty.
Yes.
How are you feeling today, Laura?
I'm feeling great. What about you?
I'm feeling good too. A bit tired, but otherwise okay. You know, it's final exam period, and so I've been very busy studying.
Okay, you're a good student.
I'm a very good student. Well, today's article is called What Do You Know About Autism Spectrum Disorder?
Ooh.
Sounds complicated, but the article will tell us more about autism. Yes. But first, a warm-up question for you, Laura. Are you good at talking with other people? Talk about it.
Okay, well, it's obvious that I'm great at talking to everybody, even animals, even babies.
The cat whisperer.
I think they really like me when I talk to them. I don't know why.
Yeah, you're very good at talking. We talk to each other for hours and hours on camera and off camera too.
Right?
And I think you're also very good at talking with children in particular.
Yeah, I know. I don't know why though. Like, I don't really try super hard or like I don't feel frustrated. Like, I do hear stories about people saying, oh, you know, I can't like, you know, talk to kids and it's like really hard. But I had like the first time when I interact with them, I have no problems at all.
That's what makes you a really, really good teacher.
Yay!
I like talking to people. If I go too much time without talking to somebody, I go kind of crazy. I need interaction with other human beings to make me feel good.
Me too.
You guys can think about this question too. Are you good at talking with people? Do you like talking to people?
Yeah.
You can talk about that with your friends. But for now, let's get into the article and learn all about autism.
What do you know about autism spectrum disorder? Warm-up question. Are you good at talking with other people? Talk about it.
Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a difference in the way that a person's brain works. The cause of autism is not known, but it could be genetic. Doctors often first see signs of ASD in 2- or 3-year-old children. People with ASD may show many signs of autism or just a few. Some signs of ASD are having trouble communicating and understanding social rules. People with ASD might make strange movements or sounds, or use toys differently. It may be difficult for them to make friends. However, people with ASD often have other strengths. They often remember things well, or know a lot about a favorite subject.
The article begins with autism spectrum disorder, ASD, is a difference in the way that a person's brain works.
OK， 所以一开始我们就要提到今天的主题，也就是自闭症类群障碍。其实呢，就是跟其他人的脑部运作的方式是有一点不同的哦。那我们先来看一下第一个出现的 word power， 也就是 brain。刚刚有没有看到我指向 Reese 的大脑？没错 ，brain 就是脑的意思，它是一个名词。那我们是不是有分左脑、右脑？英文很简单，就是 left brain、right brain。我听说呢，如果你是右脑人的话，你通常是比较有创意的，然后比较有艺术天分。If you tend to be more creative or artistic, you're thought to be right-brained.I think my right brain works better then. OK. 那当我们在口语说 Whoa, somebody has an amazing brain 意思就是他非常的聪明，很 smart 智力惊人哦。好，我们来看一下课文例句。I like to exercise my brain. Exercise my brain 再说一次 By solving puzzles every day. 我喜欢每天透过解谜题来锻炼我的大脑哦。
So this article is all about autism, which is a disorder, a problem with someone's brain or body that affects the way that some people think and act. And we're going to learn more about exactly how autism changes people's behavior. The word brain, as Laura mentioned, is that squishy organ in your head that controls everything. Your body, your mind, your thoughts all happen inside of your brain. Well, the article continues here. It says the cause of autism is not known, but it could be genetic.
OK， 所以自闭症的原因还不明确哦，但是有可能是因为基因的关系哦。Genetic 这个形容词就是基因的。
Ooh, genetic is a very scientific word. If something is genetic, that means that thing was given to you when you were born by your parents. It's not a gift, but like a code inside your body that makes you, you. Your eye color is genetic and is based on the eye colors of your parents. So by saying that autism might be genetic, the article is explaining that autism is not something you can catch, like a cold, but it's something that you're born with.
Okay, so let's find out more about autism or ASD.
Well, doctors often first see signs of ASD in 2 or 3-year-old children. People with ASD may show many signs of autism or just a few.
OK， 好，所以医生通常会在差不多2-3岁的孩子就会开始看到自闭症的迹象哦。那 sign 这个字在本科是当作迹象的意思，可它还有很多其他的意思，像是标志啦 sign， we have the stop sign on the streets， or sign language 就是指手语的意思。好哦，那刚刚有提到说很多自闭症的人可能会展现出很多的迹象，就是自闭症的迹象，又或者只有一些迹象而已。这里的 a few 就是一些的意思，比方像是 a few people are coming to the party。
Gotta be careful with few and a few, right?
Few 是很少的 almost none. Okay, a few 就是一些 some.
Yeah, some. Very, very different. Well, back to the article and more about ASD. It says some signs of ASD are having trouble communicating and understanding social rules.
没错。其实呢，自闭症的有一些迹象，就是他们在沟通上的困难，以及理解一些像是社会的规范。这里当我们用 have trouble or have difficulty or have problems， 然后后面接 VING， 就是做某件事情是有困难的哦。想要知道这样子的用法，我们要请教我们的 MB Magic Box 老师。
MB
Magic Box。Hello，
大家好，我是 Casey。大家要怎么用英文说？我觉得阅读英文小说好困难呢？你可能会有几种说法哦。第一 ，I find it difficult to read novels in English， 或者是呢第二种 ，Reading novels in English is difficult for me。如果你心里想的是以上这2个句子都是正确的说法哦。不过呢，今天我们要来看的都不是前面的这2种哦，而是今天课文里面有出现的一个句型 have trouble、difficulty、problems doing something。这个看似有一点复杂的句型，不过其实它是很好用的哦。当你有麻烦啊，或者是你需要别人帮助的时候，你就可以使用这个句型哦。那这句型呢，在使用上有几点要特别注意的地方。第一件事情就是 trouble 还有 difficulty 在句子里面都是单数哦，只有 problem 可以用复数的形式哦。那我们前面呢有说它可以加上一些形容词来强化，在前面也可以加上形容词来强化。比方说呢，你可以加上 some 就是一些， great 非常，或是 little 几乎没有等等的哦。那再来呢，我们如果要说有困难做到某一件事情，那这件事情的动词形式呢，我们就要用 VING 动名词接在后方哦。所以呢，大家知道刚刚那一句，我觉得阅读英文小说好困难，该怎么用今天的句型来代换了吗？你就可以说 I have trouble or difficulty or problems reading novels in English， 就是这么简单哦。 当然呢，我们也可以加上形容词来强化，就像刚刚说的 I have great difficulty reading novels in English， 加上这个 great 在 difficulty 的前面就表示真的很有困难这样的意思哦。好啦，那以上这个句型就很实用啊，大家赶快把它学起来。以后呢，你遇到任何困难的事情，至少说出这个句子对你来说是不困难的哦。
I don't think we have any trouble communicating with people.
We're pretty good at that.
We're pretty
Actually,
good.
it's what I studied at university.
真的耶，你超强，你是沟通大师耶 ，Master of Communication. Communicate 这个动词就是沟通。Yeah, like I said, I think we're pretty good at communicating with people. 不过这里我们先来看一下，刚刚有提到就是 understand 也是我们的 word power word 哦。So let's take a look at this word.I understand， 你不应该常听到这样子的说法吧？或是 I don't understand， 我懂或是我不懂。因为其中的 understand 这个动词就是理解的意思，像是 I don't think my parents understand how I feel sometimes。你们有没有常常觉得你们的爸爸妈妈常常都不太懂你们的想法呢？那当然，你常常如果听不懂对方在说什么，也可以说I don't understand. What do you mean? 你是什么意思啊？我不太理解。我们来看一下单字例句。Emily is good at teaching. Most of her students understand her math lessons. Emily 很擅长教学，她大部分的学生都听得懂她的数学课。
So there were two interesting words here, communicating and understanding. To communicate is a verb and it means to talk with other people. Actually, you can communicate without talking, using your body language or by writing something down. So communicating is just sending a message to another person in a way that they will understand. I'm communicating to you all right now. Hopefully you understand what I'm saying. Understand is a verb, and to understand something means to know what something means. If you understand a language, you know what the words mean in that language. So the article says that people with autism might not understand social rules, the ways that we should behave in public, which means that they don't know what they mean. Well, back to the article, and it tells us more about people with ASD. It says people with ASD might make strange movements or sounds or use toys differently.
That's probably they don't understand how to play with them. OK， 所以有自闭症的人呢，可能会做出你们会觉得说，比较奇怪啊的动作啊、声音，又或者他们玩玩具的方式，可能跟一般人是比较不同哦。我们这里就看到了 movement 这个字哦，它也是我们的 word power word. So let's take a look. 大家还喜欢刚刚我跟 Reese 的机器舞吗 ？OK， 机械舞或是机器舞。Movement 就是身体部位的运动或是在动这样子的一个状况，它是一个名词哦。因为 move 是它的动词嘛，就是动的意思。像是 Don't make any quick movements that might scare the cat。不要这样子很快的动作，要不然这样可能会吓到小猫咪或是猫。我们来看一下单字例句也是一只猫哦。The cat always makes a movement with its tail before it jumps. 猫咪在跳跃前总会用尾巴先做个动作。真的吗？
So the word movement is a noun and it comes from the word move, which is a verb. To move means to push or pull or position your body in different ways. A movement is one instance of that. A movement is when you change the position of your body or of another thing. So people with autism might change the position of their body in strange ways, which could be confusing to other people. The article tells us more. It says it may be difficult for them to make friends. However, people with ASD often have other strengths.
That is true. OK， 所以对他们而言呢，就是自闭症的人呢，他们是很难交到朋友，而且呢，他们通常有其他的优点哦。就是然而他们有其他的优点，像是我们先来看一下 strength 这个字，就是优点或是长处。 它是一个名词，像是你在面试的时候，可能就会主考官说 What are your strengths and weaknesses?
They always ask this question.
Really?
Yeah.
那你的优点或是缺点是什么？ But you know what? The best way to answer that is you have to talk about what are some ways you can take to kind of like improve your weakness, not just say I'm lazy. 对啊，这样不行。
I'm lazy, but I'm working on it. So strengths and weaknesses. Strengths is a noun, and a strength is something that you're good at. If you're a fast runner, that would be a strength, or being really good at math, that's a good strength too. In an interview for a job, if they ask you for a strength, I'd probably say something like, I'm a good leader, or I'm a good team worker.
Oh, team worker is really good.
They always
Oh,
want
you're a
to
people person.
I'm a people person.
这是真的啊。
Yeah.
这个不是假的。
Well, back to the article and more about those strengths. It says, they often remember things well or know a lot about a favorite subject.
对，我刚刚其实差点说出这下一个优点哦，因为其实我自己就有辅导过一些自闭症的小孩，他们通常呢，记忆力其实是不错，而且很好哦。然后对于自己最喜欢的科目，他们会知道很多事情，了解很多哦。我们这里先来看一下 subject， 也就是我们最后的 word power word。subject， 你们应该要知道这个字吧，在学校都会学到的科目或是学科就是 subject， 它是一个名词。常见的科目有 math 数学、science 自然、art 美术等等。And of course, my favorite subject is English。我真的其实最喜欢的科目，之前在学校就是英文。我们来看一下单字、例句、整句的用法，还有怎么说。What's your favorite subject in school? I like my science class a lot. 你在学校最喜欢的科目是什么？我非常喜欢我的自然科学课。
So the word subject has many meanings. When we're talking about English grammar, the subject of the sentence is who is the sentence about?
Yes.
But when we're talking about school or education, a subject is something that you study, an area of knowledge. So math, science, English, music, art, these are all different subjects. So your favorite subject at school was English.
那你呢？
Surprisingly, mine was actually mathematics.
什么？我以为 you're more of like a linguistic language or creative part.
I guess I am now, but there was something about math that I found very magical when I was a kid. It was like a whole nother language, and you could use it to explain the world.
Did you enter like math contests, things like?
When I was in high,
好讨厌哦。
I was in high school. I got sent to these math competitions and did pretty well.
你知道，通常在国外有那种比赛，就是会竞赛，然后就是代表学校，然后两边，然后看起来都很聪明，可是通常都会戴眼镜的那种。
Mathletes.
对的，哦 ，yes, mathletes. 然后我都很崇拜那种人，因为我数学没有那么好。
I was not good at sports, but I was very good at math and science too.
Not good at sports.
Yeah.
那个也感觉不像你。You're very different now.
I was kind of a nerd at school. I'm still a nerd at heart today.
Okay.
Well, that's the end of day one about autism. It sounds like you have experience working with some autistic children, right, Laura? I have a cousin who's autistic.
Oh.
And, you know, they do have different behaviors, but their strengths are really obvious. They're so good at academic subjects, and they're really good at remembering things to the point where their memories are way beyond those of people who don't have autism.
I have different kinds of kids. 我有高功能还有低功能的自闭症的小孩。So some of them are like really smart, like what you were saying. I think he's very talented. Like he can play the violin.
Wow.
And I started teaching him when he was 5 and now he's in high school. But there's also 2 other kids that are now like teaching and they are both in high school. But you need a lot of patience with them. And they actually show those signs we were talking about before in our article.
Yeah, sometimes they can have some behaviors that might seem naughty or inappropriate.
Yes.
But actually, they just sometimes don't really know the rules or what is good behavior. So we need specialist teachers, maybe like Laura, or people who are trained to deal with children with autism to help them through the education system. Well, that's all for day one. Let's go to our activity and practice some vocabulary words.
Review time!
It's time for a game of fill in the gaps. Laura, are you ready?
I hope.
I'm going to give you a sentence with a missing word.
Okay.
That word will be one of the vocabulary words from the article.
Okay.
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 Are you ready?
I think so.
Let's do this. Don't make any sudden blank or the monster will hear us.
Movement.
Yeah.
动作
Just like a horror movie, right?
对啊
We're hiding in the closet and we have to be perfectly still.
好恐怖哦
Okay, let's try another one. Teacher, I really don't blank. Could you repeat the question?
I hear this a lot. 就是常常会有人说老师我听不懂 I don't understand.
Very good. Let's try one more. My least favorite blank at school was drama. I really don't like acting in front of other students.
That was one of my favorite subjects. Drama. Subject. 我以前真的很喜欢戏剧课
Well, that's all we have time for today. There are more words for you to play with. But for now, we're going to leave you until tomorrow, where we'll be back for day 2 of our article about autism.
What do you know about autism spectrum disorder? Warm-up question. Are you good at talking with other people? Talk about it.
Autism spectrum disorder, or ASD, is a difference in the way that a person's brain works. The cause of autism is not known, but it could be genetic. Doctors often first see signs of ASD in 2 or 3-year-old children. People with ASD may show many signs of autism or just a few. Some signs of ASD are having trouble communicating and understanding social rules. People with ASD might make strange movements or sounds, or use toys differently. It may be difficult for them to make friends. However, people with ASD often have other strengths. They often remember things well, or know a lot about a favorite subject. Word power.
Brain. I like to exercise my brain by solving puzzles every day. I like to exercise my brain by solving puzzles every day. Understand. Understood. Emily is good at teaching. Most of her students understand her math lessons. Emily is good at teaching. Most of her students understand her math lessons. Movement. The cat always makes a movement with its tail before it jumps. The cat always makes a movement with its tail before it jumps. Subject. What's your favorite subject in school? I like my science class a lot. What's your favorite subject in school? I like my science class a lot.
认识字汇 Genetic Communicate Strength